Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I'm Dr. Sivjot. I'm coming from Chandigarh. A little bit of about my background. I was an athlete for 15 years, played shooting sport. 2015 was my last year to compete for India. After that, I had an experience of uh, working with athletes as a sports psychologist, led me to a journey to finish my PhD in sports psychology from OP Jindal. And then further, I was working with Sports Authority of India for 3 years. And then the last leg of my education was as a principal investigator for Government of India project at IIT Ropar. So that's my journey till now in short. Before I begin, what is the time limit, if you can let me? 10 minutes. Okay, I'll try to keep myself in time. Okay. Even before I begin about talking about this topic, the first thing when I was sitting there that came to my head was sports psychology in India is a new kid. And this line came from one of the articles I read a few months back. It's a new kid in a sports science block. Why we say new kid is that it came in 1960s and then unfortunately was never looked upon, and recently this field has started coming up, showed its importance and a sense of why it exists in India and how it exists in India. So I will only touch the very, very, very foundational aspect of sports psychology in today's gathering. I do not want to get into the technicalities or, preaching you all about what it is, how it is. Rather, talking about how it works when you are using it with the other field of sports sciences and when you are actually dealing with an individual who is going through some kind of a suffering. When I say individual, an athlete is an individual first. So let's look at it from that perspective, not from the perspective that we are dealing with the sports person. Okay. We all are familiar with this cycle. Nothing new in it. Injury happens, management occurs, recovery happens. So this goes on, goes on, goes on. And then there are multiple tools and tactics to deal with that individual in it. What is not happening is that at some point, either maybe at the point of injury or management or recovery, we are losing something called as the psychological safety. I will not try to make it more fancy in English. Psychological safety, chot lagi hai, problem hui hai. We need something to cater so that the individual is at a balanced position to understand that, okay, I'm injured, I have this going on, and there is no panic situation. We all are familiar with how it happens when the injury happened to an athlete. Let's talk India. Let's not talk abroad. Chot lagi hai, major competition. What is the first reaction? Anybody? Common reaction. Chot lagi hai, it's a major competition. 2-3 people are around. What's the first reaction? Panic. And then few heavy statements along with it. Oh my God, what will happen? Oh no, A, B, C, D, E. We are forgetting psychological safety at the first place. What are we talking about? We are talking about management. We are talking about recovery. These are the far-fetched ideas. So what is important first for all of us as sports scientists, not as a sports psychologist, is to understand that irrespective of which field we come from, we need to understand the importance of psychological safety. How do we build this sense within us that we are strategically able to handle the situation? What are the protocols that are needed to be followed? What is the chain of command needed to be followed when an event occurs? And this is no new science. It is very basic thing. And all those who have done the first aid courses, anybody here? First aid courses, any time in life? Nobody? It is a simple chain of command. So, when I talk about this, a very interesting thing that I come down to, are we misinterpreting psychoeducation? A very commonly used word. psychoeducate करो, उसको समझाओ, उसको बताओ, रिकवरी के टाइम पे भी करो, इंजरी से रिकवर होने के लिए वो कैसे बाउंस बैक करे, वो कैसे रिकवर करे, उसको समझाओ कि वो दोबारा खेल सके. I think we are misinterpreting something very major here. We are mixing two things here. One is support, one is awareness. And both of these things have nothing to do with psychoeducation. So we need to understand, when we say psychoeducation, आप उसको समझाओ, आप उसकी रिकवरी के प्रोसेस को फास्ट फॉरवर्ड करो कि वो 4 महीने की बजाय 2 महीने या 3 महीने में कम बैक जो हम बोलते हैं, रेजिलियंस दिखाए. How do we do that? That happens with this, what we call as psychoeducation. Now let's try to understand the difference first before we even get into the psychoeducation of injury. You all can read the definitions. I don't need to read that, and there are examples with it. I'll just touch few important points. Psychoeducation is a structured, when I say structured, means there is a way to go on about it. It's an intervention. Intervention means you intervene in the situation and you handle the situation, right? Or you can say it's a method of how do you help somebody to come to a consensus of something. Whereas awareness, it's a broad initiative. When you are doing this psychoeducation, until the time an athlete comes to a position where he or she is recovered, the whole process is a process of awareness. So awareness doesn't happen in the beginning or at the end. It is a process that follows over the period of time, and this is where we confuse ourselves. Usko aware karo, usko batao. It's a process. What we need is interventions there. What we need is a strategic way there, so that at different stages we are dealing differently with the athlete. When the athlete is injured, there is a different way of giving an intervention. When an athlete is recovering, there is a different kind of an intervention. Now you will ask me, okay, Shivjot, how would you give this? So in a very short, when you are dealing with an athlete who is traumatized and is in a situation when injured, there are psychological methods that you can only use during those times and which are not appropriate to be used later on. You can give a compulsive behavior therapy, you can give, the thought reconstruction therapy. These are just an example. It depends upon the psychologist how he or she wants to go on about it. Then when the management comes, management is more about, building yourself, managing what is recovering. So this whole cycle has different therapies, different interventions. So that is what is we called as psychoeducating and not what we do. कि आया है हमारे पास कोई इंजर होके हम उसे बता रहे हैं कोई बात नहीं ये ठीक हो जाएगा इतनी प्रॉब्लम की इंटेंसिटी है इतना इशू है ये है this is not psychoeducation this is simply awareness so I hope it's clear to all of you.
Dr. Gill, you have 2 minutes more.
Yes, I'm just finishing off. What we are missing here, engagement, delivery format, personalization, focus on outcome. We are not looking at the outcomes. We are looking at dealing with the problem. All of those who are interested to understand this better and know more about it can have a screenshot of it, can click a picture. This is a scientific method. This is not created by me. you can have a picture of it. How do you process psychoeducation? That's it. We have a minute? Any questions? Anybody, any questions? No one? Yes, please.
Can you discuss a briefly that how can you process that psychology awareness from the day one of life?
Awareness or psychoeducation? Psychoeducation. Yes, so psychoeducation has different stages. 3 things I explained: the management, the injury, and then we have the recovery. So when an athlete is at injury stage, it will go at least for 1 or 2 weeks. You know, the trauma is still there, or maybe more. Slowly you as a therapist will realize, no, now I need to change my methods of dealing at the psychological end with athletes. We are coming to management. The athlete has accepted it now, that okay, this is what it is for another 6 months, right? Then you have different other ways to go on about it. And at every stage, there is a format that you follow. There is a way of, capturing behavior you follow. You also simultaneously follow the scientific methods. What is the physiotherapist saying? What is the physiologist saying? So as a sports psychologist, everything comes together. We are not one-man army. Everything comes together. And there is a whole training of it. Yeah. Yes, Raj.
What are some things that can be done to change the way we perceive psychoeducation?
Yes, the very first way is educate. Educate. We need to educate. We need to have courses in India that specifically talk about rapid first aid, rapid psychoeducation, psychological safety licensing courses should be there. We have it in adventure sports. We have it in mountaineering and all those kind of courses. We do not have something related to sports sciences in India, right? So first of all, having these kind of good accredited courses, we do have some, but then they explicitly don't talk about psychological safety. So that is the first way to go on about it. And then having on-field trainings. Institution giving this kind of a training. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gill.